Hello. How are y'all hello guys, how are y'all doing? Welcome to my channel. My name is Ayanos and I'm your host. And today I'm gonna show you off. Tonight I'm gonna show you. Okay, I'm crazy, but yeah, today I'm gonna talk about how Jake Paul is more of a businessman than a YouTuber, and he was always more of a businessman than a YouTuber. So Jake Paul used to do vlogging back in 2017. He was the biggest vlogger of the year. He used to manage 10 million views every day, which is absolutely nuts. Which is crazy. Uh, but yeah, he had good audience, but that is not a bad thing. That is not remotely a bad thing. In fact, he's making childhood, so it's even good thing than having adult fans. He's making millions of childhood. It's so much good thing, to be honest, rather than being a bad thing. So I just was watching MathPat's video about Jake Paul, and the dude is smart. Maybe he doesn't like Jake Paul, but the dude is smart, and he explained how Jake Paul is more of a businessman than he is a YouTuber. And he explained that how Jake Paul's dream was never to be a YouTuber, more of was being to be rich and billionaire, which he himself said that he wants to be the first YouTuber billionaire, and which means he is business savvy more than being a YouTuber. A lot of Jake Paul's fans might be harder to imagine, but Jake Paul is not a YouTube person. Yeah, he used to do YouTube, he used to do fun stuff at YouTube, but at the end of the day, all the fans used to see him doing stupid stuff at YouTube. But the truth is, he his YouTube channel was cost like hundreds of millions of dollars. It's more of a business. It's not like a stupid little YouTube channel. His channel had so many investors. He started his Team 10 channel and all of this business. He started this with a million small loan of $1 million. If you know where's the meme and the joke is from, comment down below. Uh, so yeah, so from the small loan of $1 million, he started Team 10, and obviously he had investors uh, who were about to invest in his company, and which is his YouTube channel. And why I'm there's a reason why I'm calling his YouTube channel a company, because it's I think if it's not a small deal. I think if anyone earns like $100,000 from their YouTube channel in a year, then it would be more like a job. But when you start earning tens of millions of dollars from YouTube and sell millions of dollars worth of merch, and you become an advertisement channel, and you becomes brand's main person, you becomes brand's main ambassador, you get more of big title, you just become more than a YouTuber. You become a businessman, you become an icon. And what that's what Jake Paul did become. Even though he made video for kids, but there's was market, uh, and a lot of adult people or teenagers hate people who get famous uh, of making kids content or kids product, because they're jealous of them. It's just the truth, because they can do the same, and they don't like them because kids like them. uh, so they just hate him. Although Jake Paul made videos for kids, especially kids, and his content was especially my type of content, but I still gotta agree that he was a smart man and he was doing all of those things for business, and he was a businessman. And even if I don't watch his video, I will agree that there's a market, there's millions of dollars, there's investors companies who are invested in this. And at the end of the day, he's entertaining kids, so which is not a bad thing. And a lot of people say, oh, when we were a kid, We used to watch Ben 10, we used to watch all those cartoon Tom and Jerry, but what's now kids watching? But it's not the kids' fault, it's not the people who make the content's fault. I would say it's the parents' fault who gives kids the phone, because if you're so concerned about the thing, then don't give your kids phone. It's as simple as that. It's so stupid. Then raise your kid in a traditional TV way, that how we were grew up. So it's just stupid. So make your mind. Your child is your child. Anybody is not gonna be blamed for your child, because it's not their child. It's your child, and you can blame anyone for your child. You need to keep your child at your own thing. And people who want to create business and advertisement, and there is a lot of controversies about Jake Paul selling his merch too much also, but I don't also see any problem with that. Yes, he's mentioning to his merch too much in the video, but at the end of the day, he just a businessman wants to earn his money. My dad is a businessman, so I know this mindsets, and I don't think anything is wrong with the mindset of having businessman or selling stuff you want to sell, and making money. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not like he's forcing kids to buy his merch. It's not like if your kid is stealing your credit card to buy Jake Paul merch, then that's a lost kid, and that's your fault to raise that kid so fragile that he has the audacity to take your card without your permission and buy things out of your card. So what did you teach to that child? So it's not his fault. It's not the kid's fault. It's your fault for raising the kid like that. Well, it's also the kid's fault, but it's more of a your fault for raising and uh, letting kid have the audacity to do kind of things. You got to realize it's your kid, and that's how you let him grow up. You gotta tie him up, because it's that your kid, and he needs to understand boundary from a young age. Every kid does needs to understand their boundary from a young age. So yeah, I don't think anything is wrong with selling merch. It might be annoying, as I commented on the video. It might be annoying to just see a channel just uh sponsors and do stuff, but you can hate them though. So but even though they're mentioning it a lot and it's annoying, but they're still trying to make money, and everybody I think has a right to make money or try to make money. So I can't say anything of that. So that's why I do think Jake Paul is more of a businessman than than YouTuber. So let's talk about now. What's Jake Paul's doing now? Jake Paul is exactly doing what he thought he would do, but in a different way. Jake Paul now owns a boxing company and owns a no, not a sports company. He owns two company, and he is, I think he's officially dealt with, or he's the person. I don't know if he owns Celsius. Oh fuck. I don't think he owns Celsius, the drink company, but I think he might have shareholds of that, or he's the official man of that drink. I don't know what that means, but he's linked with Celsius. He has multiple business. He has most valuable. What? What's that company name? Most valuable promotions. His company, boxing company. He has amazing fighter Aston Silva, Amanda Serrano, 7 times world champion boxer, and he made her a millionaire. So that's pretty cool too. Made and Amanda Serrano, who is a 7 times world champion in 7 division in boxing. She wasn't even known, and she was broke. It's and women's everybody in women's boxing was broke, but Jake Paul brings eyes to women's boxing, and Jake Paul hold the promotion in Madison Square Garden in New York City of the biggest women's match fight about with Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano, which Katie Taylor won. So yeah, so that's crazy. Jake Paul has done some revolutionary things, He owns a boxing company now. He owns a sports company, and he owns also podcast now. He's doing a lot now, and he also does boxing himself in a high level. So he does a lot of things. He's a smart man. He knows what he's doing. I don't think 6 years ago Jake Paul thought he would. I think 6 years ago Jake Paul knew he would do big businesses because that's what his goal and that was his plan. But I don't think he knew he was gonna do a sports company and uh, a boxing company, and I don't think he even knew he was gonna start boxing. He at the end of the day he started boxing because some kid from UK named Deji called him out to fight, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna beat this kid's ass. Then Gabe called him out, he's beat his ass, and then he was like, oh, I like this shit and I'm gonna be a pro boxer. So that shit is crazy too. To think how far he has come and where your life takes you from where you can't even predict what's going to happen to your life in a couple of years even. And you can, Jake Paul proves that you can do anything if you want to. If you put your mindset to anything you want, you can achieve that. Jake Paul has proved that, so it's so beautiful about that, proving people wrong. He proves people wrong. They said, oh, you can beat Deji, he beat Deji. Oh, you can be gay, beat gay. Oh, you beat YouTubers, you can beat a athlete, he beat athlete Nate Robinson. You beat athlete, you can beat an MMA fighter, he beats Ben Askren, MMA fighter. Oh, you can beat MMA fighter, but not a MMA world champion striker. You beat Tyron Woodley, MMA 5 times so UFC champion. Or you can beat Tyron Woodley, but you can beat off. But he can beat 5 times UFC world champion, but he can beat a UFC world champion who is also a boxer. He beats Anderson Silva, who is UFC champion and a world champion boxer. Uh, and then you can beat a UFC world champion who does world champion boxing, but you can beat the Fury world champion boxer. Then he almost beats Fury, not just a Fury, the brother of Tyson Fury, the world champion boxer, almost beats him. Then you're like, oh, you lost to Fury, but you can beat Nate Diaz. He beats Nate Diaz. Now they're like, oh, you can beat the professional boxer Andrew August, and he's now going 8-1 to beat Andre August. That's the life of Jake Paul. Such an inspiring man, such an amazing man. I think he's a big inspiration in my life too because I want to achieve, I want to be rich, I want to be not just rich, just be famous and have a legacy. A lot of people are rich like Jake Paul, but they don't have the legacy that Jake Paul has. So that's the life of Jake Paul. Thanks for watching this video. Watch my old videos, watch my new videos. In videos I explained why Jake Paul is a businessman more than a YouTuber. And like this video, subscribe this channel, sorry. And like, comment, subscribe, share, and press the bell icon obviously. And yeah, share this video to friends, family, and anybody who's interested about knowing people's life. So thanks for watching this video. Stay healthy, stay happy, and Jake Paul, you're a legend, and bye.